So now that we've started adding coal to those furnaces, what we want to do is we want to add more coal to the belt. So we can add a couple more here, and we'll add more later. Pick up our iron, and let's make our next set of things that we need to make, mainly mining drills. From there, we'll also need to make more belts and inserters. We're a little behind on our green science. We should probably have been making that already, but I think this is a decent priority to have to do that first. Do this. I know I could be a little bit more efficient, but I'm okay with doing it this way. That's how we're gonna do it. So remember, I can't place this here because there's some iron on this section. I could place it one back and then have a belt here, but ugly. And we wouldn't be able to do the mirror image here, so I'm not going to put that for right now. Later on, once we have filter inserters, we can start using that and filter the iron out, but we do not have that right now, so we will not do that. And we're just going to mirror our setup on the other side there, and this seems to be just fine. I'm going to put 2 here, just to get this out of the way. So the problem that we're going to face here is that this is our main line that we're going to be supplying all of our copper into. I should also leave space for power poles. And we don't want it to be on only one side. So what we should, or what we're going to have to do is figure out how to make this the main line and add this on. Normally I would do that with a splitter, but because this iron line is here, we can't exactly do that. So we'll have to do some thinking in just a second after I get this set up. I think I actually have more copper than I do have iron at the moment. That's funny. We're good on iron. Alright, so how are we going to do this? What we want is this. I guess what we're gonna have to do is add this to this side instead of adding it to this side. So that's what we're gonna do. Nice and relatively simple fix. And we'll just bring this up next to our iron line here. So we have coal right here. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to move this over a little bit, just so later on. I don't have to worry about doing this. Did I leave room for this? I did. Cool. Look at that. Forward thinking. Planning. You know? It's amazing. How far it's gonna get me? Or how far I planned ahead? I'm not sure yet. Probably not that far, but what we've done so far is good enough. Alright, so here, what we're gonna wanna do is leave a little bit of space so we can put some underground belts. We'll leave a single line. What we probably want to do instead, now that I'm thinking about it, is actually put the copper down here, because we're going to put the smelting area right here. We want to leave enough room for another iron smelting area, but this is plenty. This is more than enough. We'll have enough for 3 or 4 iron just to put if I put the copper right here. We should actually see if we can match that. The thing is that we probably won't be using that many spaces. This is not a lot of iron. This is not a lot of copper. We do have copper over here, which is actually about the same amount that we have right here. And what we might do is we might end up having a train bring this ore to like maybe right here, unloading it and then adding it to the line, so then we can use the smelting area that we've made already instead of making a new one. So it is worth planning this out, but I don't know. We don't have any iron for a while. New space for the rails always free. Yeah, that is smart. And so I think the idea here for me is what I'm going to plan on do is either have the rails at the top or the bottom. That way they'll be less intrusive. For these, I think they're better off just having a one-sided or just one track. I think that'll be fine for right now. We might want to leave enough room for 2 tracks at the very least, just to future-proof ourselves, and so we don't have to mess around with that again later. But like right now, I think this is enough room for just having one train to go over here, drop off, or bring it to their smelting area, and we'll be good to go from there. But again, our main issue here is that our iron is just right here, and then we don't see anything else. If you're wondering why I'm not going up and down, Ribbon World can't go up and down. This is the edge of the map. All right, so let's continue what I was going to do, which is get a blueprint, and just so we can plan this out a little bit, have a little bit of space. Get our next research going. So transport belt is in the way. Where? What? Oh, okay. Never mind. I see. I have these here. So I'd want 3 at most. We'll leave a little bit of space, and then we'll start our copper. and that'll be good. And we can add a fourth here if we want to later. Probably will want to add a fourth for steel, but again, this is with my knowledge of putting 6. Since we're going to put double that here, we'll probably need less. So for now, this is how I'm going to do it. We have not been making anything this whole time. Remember guys, ABC, always be crafting. Especially because we are pretty behind on green science. We have our copper now, and we are about to get our smelting done, and then we can finally start automating our stuff. So we're behind now, but won't be for too much longer. Okay, and then we're just, this is how we're gonna do it. It's not gonna be too pretty, but gonna get the job done. It's a little unfortunate. Let's see. Nope. All right. That'll be fine. And then we can just split it off here, and everything will work. Again, I think splitting off this one line will be fine for these guys because the coal isn't used that quickly. So this should be sufficient for our purposes. Make anything, we should be doing that. Especially since we need more. Alright, so once we have our inserters done, we'll just add our power and we'll be good to go. So next we need to figure out how we're going to automate our green science. I pretty much come up with a new one every time because I keep forgetting the best way to do it. So this should be fun. For the meantime, we'll do this right there to get the power. Alright, so for green science we need transport belts and inserters, and for transport belts we need just iron. For inserters we need electronic circuits and iron stuff. So the next thing on the list is going to be trying to figure out where we want to make circuits. For circuits we need iron plates and copper plates. We have our iron right here. We don't want to put everything that we're making here into circuits, but for the meantime, we are going to use the majority of it in circuit production for now. We have these clips here, so they're kind of annoying. I would have liked to make circuits. Well, actually, what we should be doing is we should be making a bus. So we have to make our decision whether we're going to bring everything to the left or to the right. And I'm still leaning towards the right. Mainly because our oils and stone is going to be there. We could bring it to the left and also bring it to the right later, but that kind of defeats the purpose of deciding right now. Problem is, if we go to the right, we're going to either have to circumvent the water that's here or make landfills to get through it. And I don't think I have enough stone to get through all of this several times. Let's walk over here and see exactly what we need to get through. Doesn't need to be pretty. We could really just go through this top portion right here, and then later on we could make it a little bit better when we have more lines of iron and copper going through it. Because ideally for me, I'd like to just bring it down and to the right like this, but with the cliffs and the water, that's just not doable. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it down a little bit, and then bring it to the right, and then bring it up and to the right. It's a little convoluted, but I think in the future it's going to help us out a little bit. Basically, we're just going to plan for us to go through this later on, but we're going to, for right now, just go around it. But for that, we're going to need a lot more belts. So what we're going to do is we're going to start making a ton of gear wheels. So before we start our automation, we're going to do a little bit of hand automation. You know, it makes sense. We're going to feed it a little bit instead of full automation. Put these guys in here. Top that. So we're going to make a good amount of assembly machines. We have a decent amount of iron with us. And I should probably also start storing some copper. So if you've watched any of my other series, you know that my favorite thing is just to plop down 1 billion assembly machines, primarily for iron gear wheels, and then I'll use these a lot throughout the series for whatever I need, because I tend to always have something crafting here, and iron gear wheels are not generally something I carry in my inventory, so having these around will help us later in the future. Gonna make everything factory operational. Yeah, I tend to not automate things that I should, just mainly because I forget and I have other priorities, and I'm like, later down the line I'll be like, oh yeah, I should have probably automated that, and I just never do, even after I realize that. So we're going to try and fix that this round, but we'll preemptively put this down because I know I'm going to need it regardless. Because we're going to need a lot of belts if we're going to plan on bringing everything around to over here. The thing is that I'm not actually sure how much space... Oh, these are cliffs, aren't they? I'm not really sure how much space this is going to allow us to work with. Because that's about the size of this right here. So maybe one circuit production area over here, and that's going to be a good amount of the space already. Unfortunately, these cliffs take up a ton of space. I guess, are these cliffs as well? That sucks. No, I think that's just a different texture. We'll have to go check that out. Go do that while we're waiting on this. In the meantime, we will be making a lot of transport belts. That should be around 300, so that's decent for now. Yeah, if you can see all these cliffs. I definitely need cliff explosives ASAP. Fortunately, they're kind of down the tree, right? Because you need oil for it, don't you? Because you need sulfur. Yeah, so you're going to need all these things before we get to cliff explosives. So that's a little unfortunate. We do have oil right here, so we could theoretically start on it, but well, we really need to get our that's in the future. We need to get our science going. So this is just texture stuff. So this is okay. That's okay. So it's just really just this for things that are in the way. So what I'm thinking is for right now, I think I want to make my my circuits right here, and we'll just have this for right now, and then we'll move everything over here later once we get everything under control. Because really, I'm really behind on science. We have pretty much everything that we want to research in red science done, so we need to get green science up and running. And once we do, then we can start expanding a little bit more and make everything look pretty. Got a couple chests. I need to start storing more, it looks like. This won't be the case in a little bit because we're going to make our circuits, but for now. Alright, so circuit wise, we need copper and we'll need the iron. So I think right here will be decent to get that started. These guys up. We can make more belts and things. Yeah, future you problem. I tend to say that a lot, I think. I don't even know why I never use optics. Alright, so let's get this started. Instead of just talking about it all the time. So idea is 3 copper into 2 circuits. So basically we're just going to bring this line down, split it. We'll have this mirrored on this side. This will go this way, this will go that way, and circuits out this way. So that should be fine. I'm not too confident that this will be able to supply this many assembling machines for right now, but we can always adjust it as needed. Make a couple more assembly machines. We're officially out of things to research. We should also get steel started, since we have that research. That won't hurt to have a little bit of steel going. And when I say a little bit of steel, I mean a little bit of steel, aka this much. A chest. Good enough. I have another chest right here, supplying coal. And this is not going to be good enough. We're definitely going to need more than this later, but we'll just get that started for now. Alright. So, from here... don't I have landfills? Oh no, they're green sands, aren't they? Yeah. Okay. Here, let's get this going. Down our belts. So the way we're going to do this is we're going to abuse underground belts so we can get it all on one line. Not sure if it's the best way to do it, but it's the way I like doing it, so that's how we're going to do it. Trying to think of the best time to split this, split the copper that's going to be coming through here. Right now we're going to be sending everything to the circuit making production area. That's not going to be the case later. We're going to need to split this off, but for now, we're doing this. And it'll be fine. I'll have to figure that out in just a second. Round of inserters. Get power over here while we're waiting on that. All right, so that. There we go, and then this middle line is going to have our output and our input of iron. So we just need to figure out the best area for that. This is going to be our input of iron, and we're going to have iron coming through, supplying that, and then doing a little bit of this. And that should be good. We're going to need more inserters. We have enough belts for this for right now. Do we have underground belts? We're going to need more underground belts. I'll have the underground belt come through here, I guess. And then So, shoot. I forgot. We cannot use red underground belts for this because we don't have them. So, I might not have made enough room for us. Let me see if I can come up with a solution to this problem that I have made. I am currently not finding it, and that is very saddening. The idea is that normally red and yellow belts do not cross in any way. So what you can do is you can put a you can output here, have this be a underground belt for red, and bring it down, and just alternate red here, and then have it output as red. We can't do that because we don't have them. So that means I'm going to have to bring, I'm going to have to make a wider build. Just bring one of these over a little bit. So that sucks. We're going to have to make a dual setup going on here. So what I could do is what I have as, let's see. Output on the top of the crane assembler. Paste it down. Could do that. All right, I guess we'll do that. Why not? Try something new. My alternative would be put a splitter and have iron this way and this way, and then you can just alternate it, picking up the iron and putting it in here, and then have all the output just down the middle. But I like your idea a little bit better, so let's do that. So we're going to set up as we did before. Unfortunately, those aren't long. Make sure they're facing the right way. That would be a problem. Gonna need more underground belts, so let's make those. So it's definitely using more belts than I want, but it's fine. All we have to do is some of this. Some of this action. This will second part of the build should go down by 1 tile. I mean this section. Well, we'll try this way. And then we'll put them together. It's not spaghetti yet, technically. It's still contained. Well, it is spaghetti, but it's contained spaghetti, and that's all that matters. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. See it kind of works. Yeah. This should not... I should bring these down a lot more first before I bring them over here, but this will be fine. Don't worry about it. That's future me's problem. Okay. Real spaghetti. Oh, I mean, that's the fun of it, right? It's a mess, but it works. That's all that matters. And it's kind of pretty, right? Look at... Oh, wait. I mean, look at this symmetry. Everyone loves symmetry. Yeah, got it. Thanks. All right, we got circuits. We'll just need to output that somewhere. We'll leave that as is for right now. Okay, as everything I do, I'm going to output these into chests for right now, while we figure out what we want to do with them. Alright. We're gonna just supply all these guys with coal real quick, and then we'll take a look at what we're doing. Are these out of iron? They are. That's why this hasn't been going. Wait, no, that's not why. That's not going because we don't have green science. We'll just take that away for now. Okay, looks like our coal is good. We didn't actually need to add anything else because I completely forgot about it, but we're fine. All right, and this hasn't been doing anything. But that's okay. We're doing electricity. We're almost there. Might want to add a boiler or two soon, but all right. So we made circuits because we want them for our inserters. We're going to need to add this to inserters, and this is just going to be a temporary setup. Keep saying that, but it's true. We're going to make this better later on, I promise, and it'll be all over here, but for right now, we're just going to do it here because I want to get science set up and going while we make everything else look pretty. So make a couple more belts and splitters and inserters. What else are we gonna need for this? We have our assembly machines. Okay, so this seems pretty saturated. So what I want to do is extend this and see how far we can get. Because as you can see, our iron is okay for now, but who knows how long that will be, because we're actually backed up in circuits right now. Probably stop these. Okay. Well, isn't that a problem to have? That's why we have these. Where we put all of our iron. How much steel do we have? We have 53. That is very underwhelming, but it's working at the very least. So let's get rid of all these. So 12 on each side, I believe, is the number. So we had 8, so this should be 10. Let's count. 3, 5. Wait, let's get in the habit of using blueprints for counting. Can I do this? Does this work? This gets rid of it now. Alright, whatever. 10, alright. So theoretically, we could do this many. So we're gonna try it out, and hopefully it works. And we'll do the proper thing and bring it down a little bit more before we bring it back up. I really need to get rid of this stone. I was hoping I'd have landfills by now. Oh, we're low on electricity now. Start making those. Let's double our electricity. 4. We can afford more. 1, 2, 4. I think that's the right amount. We'll have to check that. All right. So if all is well, these should always be working, or these should all work. We should have more than enough iron to saturate this for a while. We'll keep an eye on this. We need to start using these circuits. Not making anything again. Should probably do that. We want these, and these. All right. Oh. Well, okay. It works out because that's where we're ending, but it's a little unfortunate that there's a patch of water there. Do we have any pipes? We don't. Let's make some pipes. Then we'll fill this out. Get ready for this. So right now we're just hitting the edge of our power. So we basically doubled our steam engine count, so we should be good to go after this for a little bit longer. Uh-oh. You can see that this is not saturated anymore. They're all working, so I guess that's good. We would like the output of this to equal the output of this, and the consumption of this, really. But we're backed up on iron now, so let's start storing them again. All right. So let's finally do this thing that I keep on talking about. Let's get our green science automated. We want we'll need to split some iron down this way. We'll put these down again later, if we had room. There we go. It does use up all of our inserters though. Okay, so for inserters we need 1 iron plate, 1 iron gear wheel, and 1 circuit. For belts we just need the iron plate and iron gear wheel. So basically they need the same thing, because one needs circuits and one doesn't. So I haven't found a good optimal way to do this yet. I know there is one, but normally what happens is try to make them separately. But what I'm starting to think of right now is maybe I should make the gear wheels and then just have those supply everything. But that would run into a problem where maybe the supply isn't going quick enough. So I just might want to have dedicated iron gear wheels for each thing that we're making. Because they make pretty quickly. So I'm trying to decide where I want to put them right now. Might as well just make them right here. Again, I know I keep saying it, but this is just temporary. It's a temporary solution for right now. What we're gonna want to do is bring all this over here eventually. We just really need that green science so we can get further along. I'm gonna put all this stone into a chest so I have space to make things. Oh. Okay, so we're gonna make belts here. We'll make inserters here, and we'll make our green science here, and we'll bring it along over here. Let me just try to map this out in my head. So belts are going here. So we're gonna need 1 set of iron and 1 set of gear wheels. So let's get a split iron set off of this. And we don't have any splitters. But I had some making, but I guess we used them up or something. And we'll just have this go and make a good amount for us. Alright. I'm just gonna bring this down. And some of these are gonna be turned into iron gear wheels. And brought down. Again, we used up all of our inserters. Soon we won't have this problem, but kind of annoying. So I'm planning on having these be our iron gear wheels. These can, uh-oh. They're here and in great numbers, and I'm scared. This is not gonna work out. Okay. It's fine. They're still weak. And they haven't started attacking me yet. They're just killing my base. which is completely fine by me. For now. I'd appreciate it if they didn't, but, you know. Alright. They came from the left. Right? So they must have come from this side, even though... Because the pollution's not getting to those guys yet. So there must be a base over here, so... Thanks for the heads up. This is still working, right? Yeah, okay. I am missing a pole. That is what all the blinking yellow lights mean. Took a while to register, but okay, let's back online. Stop this. Okay, what do we want next? What do red builds need to make? Okay, so we're gonna want this next because we're able to make these now and might as well get a start on it since we're making this setup already. But that way we can start automating the red as well. Okay, so back to this. What I want to do is I have iron gables this way, iron this way, and then I'll have these two things. And see if that will work. Alright, I want inserters here. And we'll slowly refine this as I think of better ways to do this. So these take 0.5 seconds to make. These take 0.5 seconds to make. And they need one each. So 1 for 1 here. How about these? 0.5 seconds to make. Actually, this doesn't matter because I'm going to limit it. I don't need this to constantly be outputting. So I think this will be fine. We'll just bring this circuits up and over. I put a splitter there just in case we want to use it for something else later on in the future. The way we have it, the iron gear wheels are going to be inserted on the left side of the belt. Okay, they're going to be on the left side of the belt. So, let's see, we want to insert these on the opposite side. It doesn't matter what side. But is there a better way that we can do this? There is. Let's do a little bit of this magic, and there we go. And this should work out just fine. We're going to need to make some long-handed inserters to output, but this will be fine for our purposes currently. There are certainly better ways to do this, but I'm not going to worry about it right now because I'm more concerned with just getting this out to begin with. Make sure everything is facing the proper way. We should also start getting defenses set up. Almost completely forgot about that. But it is a priority that we should consider. Okay, so there we go. And we'll have our long-handed inserter and output there. Sucks. All right. And there we go. We have all these things automated in the most spaghetti way possible, which we all know is the best way. And from here, we can make some green science. Really should have done this over here or something. Oh, we cut power. Where did we cut power? Right here. Probably should have noticed that earlier. That probably hasn't been going for a while. Do we have filters? We do. Make 2 filter inserters. And we'll make 3 green science for right now. Coming from the belt. All right, so we finally have all this automated, and we're gonna have to bring this all the way over there to where our other science is. Our labs are, I mean. Good enough. All right. Should probably have a couple more labs than this. Now that we have green going. 3 isn't a good amount. You can see that we've made 6 red, so we're definitely going to need to match that at least, if not add more, because we have a decent set amount already. Let's check on our iron. So, you know, I wasn't a believer, but, you know, I can definitely see that everything's still working. It's actually backed up, which is very interesting to me. So I guess the amount isn't actually based on this, it's based on the output. I think if you had more of these, then you wouldn't be able to output as many so quickly. Maybe, I don't know. That's some theorizing. Anyways, we got this going. Looks like we're gonna need to add more smelting very soon because this is not enough to keep up with both of these. But for the moment, but for the moment we're doing okay. Oh, that's a lot. So remember when I said I probably should get, you know, we're about to run out of ammo? That's not very good. Wow, this is very expensive. Please stop this. Trying to, there we go. All right, well, oh, please don't kill my chests. Thank you. Where else? I hear it. Where are you? There you go. Well, I mean, it could have been worse. So, we'll take that. Lesson learned. definitely protect your base. Kind of important. Oh, I was gonna say we're actually out of stone. We're not. We put it all away. All right. We're out of poles as well. Give me those. Give me all these. Alright, so we're actually being attacked on both fronts here. And it looks like no, they haven't actually killed that yet. So we're gonna need to set up some turrets over here probably, and some turrets just generally over here. I'm surprised, you know, when they attacked me over here, they didn't attack my engines, because that seems to be closer. But we really need to get that going, so let's start.